My common sense plan is to axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime.
Hey guys, and welcome back to OT Views. So today we're looking at a video that Pierre Poilievre made. I guess it's his YouTube channel for him to broadcast, just for him to send out ads regarding why he should be the next Prime Minister of Canada. And I can honestly say I really enjoyed the video. So we're gonna react to this video, and what he's gonna really touch upon is things that he's always said, which is axe the tax, stop the crime, build homes, and fix the budget, which I honestly don't find nothing wrong with that. And you hear many politicians, people in the news saying he's a populist, he's too much to the far right, where I'm looking at him and so far some of the stuff that he's talked about, I don't see that. I don't see what the far right fringe that people in the news media or even different PMs are saying about him. To tell you the honest truth, if we compare the conservatives in Canada to the conservatives or the conservatives in the States, I think the Conservative Party would probably be more center or center left. Because Canada in total, I feel like is a center left country. So before we get into the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I plan to post out more videos. This week, these last few weeks, I was just dealing with some stuff, so I couldn't post out some videos, but expect more videos to come. All right, let's get into it.
The cost of living is extremely high. I think everybody behind you can probably attest to that. What is the plan, I guess, when it comes to the grocery store, when it comes to the cost of rent, that sort of thing? Is there something you have in mind? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Terrific question. You're right. After 9 years of Trudeau, everything costs more. Work doesn't pay.
And he's telling the truth about that. After 9 years of Justin Trudeau, everything is expensive. Now, we can't put the sole blame on him because a lot of the reasons why everything was going up in prices, especially the housing market, was going on when even Stephen Harper was in power. Probably say the last maybe 3 years of his tenure. But that problem has been arising now. Trudeau's government did nothing about it. In fact, they made the problems 100 times more worse. And we can also say COVID played a humongous part in why everything is more expensive. Like I said, I don't think the sole blame should be on Justin Trudeau, but he has his whole entire Liberal cabinet has a massive problem, and they've caused a lot of the issues that we are facing today. So again, not going to solely blame it on Justin Trudeau, but he does have a part to play in it.
Housing costs have literally doubled. Here in Hamilton, they have tripled. My common sense plan is to axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime.
I honestly love that. Axe the tax. Too many taxes in Canada. We're being taxed to death here. Second, carbon tax. Waste of a tax. Yes, a good percentage of Canadians get more than they put in. But what they don't tell us is that with those taxes, everything rises in prices. Because we all know organizations, companies, they like to pass on the cost to the consumers. But the Liberal government doesn't talk about that. More homes. We literally just don't have enough homes in Canada. And we're immigrating people to this country at such a high rate. It's not even a joke. And now Canadian citizens, just average day Canadians, young men, young women, not able to buy a home, have to wait until their later years, 30, sometimes not even 30, 30 is not even that bad. Shit, I'm almost 30. But 40, 45, still living with their parents. Housing is out of control. We can't afford to buy homes. Rent is crazy high. Fix the budget. There's no one on this planet that can tell me that the Liberal government doesn't spend too much money. They throw money at everything, and money has never been useful in solving problems without useful policies and strategies in place. his answer to every issue is to invest, just throw away money. And lastly, stopping the crime. Listen, when I live near downtown Toronto, and when I'm walking in Toronto, it is not looking good at all. Car thefts are on the rise. I'm pretty sure if you check most people's insurance, they've either gone up or stayed the same, which is insane. Cars are being stolen literally out of people's driveways. Guns are being pointed at people. House invasions are up. Crime is out of control. And Justin Trudeau's been in power for 9 years and hasn't done anything to solve it. So we do need that change. And I'm not solely sold on Pierre Poilievre as of yet, but a lot of the stuff he's saying makes sense. And it's really just common sense.
We will axe the carbon tax to lower the cost of gas, heat, and grocery bills, and to make Stelco competitive so that it doesn't have to lay off these workers. Trudeau's carbon tax will probably shut down this steel plant if he goes ahead with the increases that he's promised.
Now, throughout this YouTube channel, you guys have heard me talk about the carbon tax. I do not like the carbon tax. I think it's just a way of punishing everyday citizens like us. Now, I think Justin Trudeau is trying to find a way to help with the climate change. And I'm one of those guys, I really do believe in climate change. I think it's a problem that we do have to solve. But the carbon tax is not going to help. When that carbon tax is implemented and the price of a barrel of gas rises every year, he's not suffering. Their liberal government is not suffering. The organizations and companies are not suffering. It's everyday citizens like us. All they're going to do is just increase the gas prices and then we're fucked. And no matter what, we got to drive, so we're going to pay the gas. And if you think about it, the Canadian government has no incentive to lower the cost of gasoline because they're trying to push this whole EV cars on us, which I can go on a whole other rant about EV cars, but I'm not even trying to get sidetracked here.
While continuing to bring in cheap subsidized steel from China. Second, we need to fix the budget. By capping government spending and cutting government waste, we can bring down debt, inflation, and interest rates. And finally,
I 100% agree with him. You can ask all my friends, everybody knows about me. I do not like the government. Anything the government touches, it just goes to waste. They make things 10 times worse. They're so inefficient. If they were a business, they'll be bankrupt, which the Canadian government is literally bankrupt. And they'll be out of business. Over the past few years, the Canadian government has expanded so much and it's just been wasteful. That's literally what's going on with houses not being built because of government bureaucracy, too much red tape, and zoning permits that take forever to get, and they're expensive as hell. And it's sincerely ridiculous. And with the government, they literally don't do anything efficiently, and we are paying their salaries. So when the government increases, guess what, guys? So is the taxes. So is what is coming out of your pockets, out of that paycheck that you put 40 hours a week to get. The government needs to be cut in half. The government doesn't need to be as big as it is right now.
we need to build the homes. I will require municipalities free up land, speed up permits, and cut building taxes as a condition of getting their federal funding, with the goal of building 15% more homes per year. The reason housing is unaffordable? We don't have enough homes.
That's literally legit the number one answer. We do not have enough homes in Canada. Everything is fucked up. Everything is messed up. There's not enough homes and we're immigrating so many people into the country. It's literally getting ridiculous. And Canadian citizens who are born in this country cannot afford to get a home. The immigrants who are coming to this country, some of them cannot afford to get a home. there's 20 of them living in a basement in some with some stories I've heard and I have been on the news. And that's crazy. We need more skilled workers if we're going to be immigrating that many people into the country, which the Canadian government hasn't done a great job about. We need to start incentivizing both young men and young women to get more into the trades so that Canadian jobs won't be given to immigrants instead of Canadian citizens. If you're gonna throw money, at least throw money at that. A lot of these issues that we're facing in Canada can literally be solved with, I don't want to say simple, but the answer is right in front of us. We know what these issues are, and we're not doing nothing about it. And I like a lot of what Pierre Poilievre is saying, that a lot of these issues can be fixed by common sense. You don't have to be a genius. The problem is staring us right in the eye, and we're not doing nothing about it.
We have the fewest homes per capita in the G7, even though we have the most land to build on. That's because of our horrendous bureaucracy. I will require local governments clear the bureaucracy to build 15% more per year. We'll sell off 6,000 federal buildings, thousands of acres of federal land to build, and we'll back the trades because we need boots, not suits, to build the homes of the future. Get our kids in the trades right out of high school and make sure that training money goes to them. Give tax fairness for traveling trades workers who are building those affordable homes. That is how we will make it possible for people to earn a powerful paycheck that buys affordable food, gas, and homes in safe neighborhoods. Thank you.
So that's my take on that video, or that ad that Pierre Poilievre put out. Again, I'm going to say, so far, just following this guy and what he said about what's going on in this country and how this country is broken, he's correct. You hear many people stating, oh, that Pierre Poilievre is a populist, he's too far right. I don't see it, I'm sorry. I think everything he's saying is just exactly common sense. And we know people in different types of media and leadership like to throw accusations or try to slander people. And we know it works. You can see it in America with Donald Trump. But I wholeheartedly agree with him. We got to axe the taxes that are going on, axe the taxes that we have in Canada. Well, we see that with we see that tax increases literally slow down the economy. We have a GDP problem in Canada, which doesn't get talked about. We need more homes in the country, Canada. We have a housing problem. And the problem is there's not enough homes in Canada, and we're immigrating too much people into Canada. And we don't have enough workers to build the homes. And it's becoming an issue. Rent, people can't afford to rent. Young families can't afford to buy homes. How do we not see this as a problem? And if it keeps on piling up, people are going to leave because they can't deal with that. The crime is out of control in Canada in the aspect of home invasions, cars being stolen out of people's driveways. That's insane. It's literally not even safe to be walking around in Canada in certain parts of Toronto at night. It's extremely dangerous. And it's always been like that, but it's at a heightened level now. And lastly, we need to fix the budget. The Canadian government, especially under Trudeau, has spent way too much money. The deficit in Canada is large. And I'm not a fan of the new bill, or not even the new bill, but the new budget that Trudeau and Freeland proposed. Because all I'm seeing is that you're going to increase the capital gains and you're spending billions and you're throwing billions and billion dollars into the budget. And what's going to happen is that I'm going to pay for it later down the road. My kids are going to pay for it later down the road. My grandkids are going to pay for it later down the road. Hell, my great grandkids might be paying it later down the road. I don't know if Pierre Poilievre is the best thing for Canada. I haven't heard his full policy agenda. We're probably going to hear that near 2025 when the election's coming around. But nothing is changing with Justin Trudeau. He makes promises and nothing happens. These homes that are about to be built, or that he's proposing to build homes around, I think 3 million homes in the year 2030 or 2032. I don't have no faith that's gonna happen. I just feel like this is another one of his empty promises so he can stay in power. Hopefully, Pierre Poilievre keeps on staying on this tracks, keeps on putting out these videos, because we need Trudeau gone. And when he releases his policies, I hope his policies also align with me, because I am worried a little bit when it comes to climate change, because that's something that I believe or at least is very important to me. But so is the economy, so is housing, so is crime. And I feel like he aligns more with my own expectations and visions for Canada. So guys, that's it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to be putting out videos more frequently. All right, man.